Hey, so today we are looking at and introducing two-step algebra, and it's very similar to the one-step algebra in the sense that the goal in algebra is to try and get x by itself. We want to do what's called isolate the variable. Isolate is just a fancy word for it means get it alone, for it to be by itself on one side of the equation. So if you take a look, our x is right here. So we've got all these things that are associated with x right here. We've got a number of x's, and then we have a subtraction of 4 happening right here. So essentially, 2x means that we've got two groups of x. So if we were to draw that out, we have a group of x here and a group of x here, and we're adding those two groups together because multiplication is just a faster way to add. And we don't know how many is in these groups yet, but we're going to try and find out how many is in, and then we're going to be subtracting 1, subtracting 1, subtracting 1, subtracting 1, and that's going to be our minus 4. And then all of this together on one side is going to equal 18. So how do we do this? Well, in algebra, the easiest way to solve this is we have to take and get rid of what's furthest away from the variable first. So if we were to look at what's closest to the variable, we've got the 2x, which is two groups, and that's pretty close. They're practically hugging each other. And then we've got a minus 4, and the minus 4 on this side, what it's doing is it's separated by this little minus sign right here. So it's actually, believe it or not, further away from the variable. So what we do is we got to get rid of that minus 4 first in order for us to figure out how we can get 2x alone. So following one-step algebra, we know that if we have minus 4 on a number line, so there's minus 4, and we're trying to cancel it out or to do what's called zero principle, we have to make jumps, or we have to add to it, because when we move this way on the number line, getting closer to 0 from the minuses, it's going to cancel it out. So here we go. We go 1, 2, 3, 4 jumps. We've added 4 jumps to that side. And what that means is that essentially if you have minus 4 of anything and you want to get it to 0, you simply have to add 4. So we're going to add 4 to this side. Now, like with any equation, we can't just do it to one side, because if we just did it to one side, it would make our equation unbalanced. And you have to remember that 2x minus 4 is equal to 18. So if we cancel out the 4's, that means we have 2x equals 18, and that can't work because it was 2x minus 4 equals 18, not just 2x equals 18. They're totally different equations. So if we added 4 to the one side, we have to add 4 to the next. And then we end up with a whole new equation. We end up with 2x is equal to 18 plus 4. Well, I'll rewrite that again. 2x is equal to 22 because 18 plus 4 is 22. Now, we still don't have x by itself. We have two groups of x. So if you remember those little circles that I drew earlier, there's still an unknown number in each of those circles, and we're trying to get x by itself. Well, anytime we have two groups of something, if we want to know what's in one group of it, we divide it by the number of groups, and that will get a single one. So in this case, we have two x's. If we divide it by 2, then we have 1x afterwards, so we have 1x. But again, if we divide the one side by 2, then we have to divide the other side by 2 as well. And we're left with x is equal to 22 over 2, or 22 divided by 2. And then it's just simply dividing. We can't do anything to x because that's our unknown variable, but we can do something to the other side and do that operation. So x over here is equal to 22 divided by 2, which is equal to 11. Now if we go back and plug in that number, 2 times 11 minus 4, where x is now equal to 11, we have 2 times 11 is 22, minus 4 equals 18. 22 minus 4 is 18. So 18, believe it or not, is equal to 18. And that's how we do two-step equations. It's no different than doing the one-step, where the overall goal is to get this guy by itself. Rewatch the video, and if you have any questions, drop me a line. Brandon.vadovic@secdsb.net.